What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Big Mama Kardashian, or Ash. Oh no, no. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Big Mama Kardashian. Just saying. What's up, y'all? My name is Ashlyn Swift, and today I'm gonna be doing a story time on when I got my ass done, or what they call a Brazilian butt lift, a BBL, a fat transfer, whatever you want to call it. I got that shit. A fat transfer is basically where they take fat from virtually anywhere in your body and they put it in your buttocks and your hips. So in my case scenario, the doctor took fat from my stomach, he took fat from my flanks, he took fat from my back rolls, and he put it in my butt, okay? Just a little disclaimer before we get started. Everyone's aftercare experience is different. Everyone's results are different. I'm 100% happy with my results. I absolutely love my body, and I'm so excited to be sharing this video with you guys. If you're into cosmetic surgery, you love cosmetic surgery, you just want to know about my journey, stay tuned because I have some tea for y'all. If you're against plastic surgery, you're not into cosmetic surgery, you feel like women should love themselves for who they are, then just click off now because you're not even into this kind of stuff. You don't even like these type of videos, so just go away, okay? So let's get started. So it all started in, I'm gonna say April 2019, when I wasn't thinking about cosmetic surgery, but I wasn't really feeling my body anymore. So let me kind of backtrack a little bit. So I, out of all people, would have never thought that I would be getting any type of cosmetic surgery, mainly because I always had a body. I always had like a nice frame. Even when I was skinny, I had like hips and everything like that. This was a picture in 2015 when I was a freshman in college. As you can see in the picture, I was really curvy. Even though I was really skinny, my waist was super flat, and my hips were wide. I started to gain weight in my hips and my butt. My butt wasn't huge, but I had a nice butt for my size. And here goes a picture in 2017. I was in Cancun with my friends, and as you can see, my body was super snatched. My waist was super snatched. It's a hereditary thing. This is how the women in my family are. My Auntie Vaughn, my Barbara, everybody's just like that. So, you know, how does it feel to be God's favorite? It feels amazing, you know what I'm saying? That just doesn't go to my waist, you know? It didn't really start going to my waist until 2019, okay? I really started to gain a lot of weight in my stomach. And a lot of you guys are probably looking like, this bitch is so ungrateful, okay? Listen, like, before I even get any further, everybody should do what's best for their body, okay? I had a lot of people, like, when I had said that I was gonna get cosmetic surgery, they were like, Ashlyn, you don't need that, your body already looks good. At the end of the day, it's about what you want to do with your body, okay? It's about what you want to do with your life. I had a nice body, but I wanted to be a little more sculpted. So before cosmetic surgery, I did start to try to do things the organic way. So I hired a personal trainer. Her name is Aquila Thomas. I'm gonna put her name at the bottom so you guys can follow her on Facebook. Her brand is called Gypsy Lifestyle, so just make sure you check her out. She's phenomenal. She does meal prep, she does CBDT, group trainings, private trainings, you name it, okay? We started working together, and you know, I went to my consultation, and I don't remember my measurements, but I just remember my waist being like 29 inches, and I was just like, I don't know, like, for some people, they're like, oh my God, like, really, Ashlyn, 29 inches? I don't care. Around the time, 29 inches was a lot for me, because coming from what I was coming from, my waist always being like super flat, 29 inches was big for me. I wanted my stomach to be like 25 inches, 24 inches even. So 29 inches was just too much for me. I let her know that I wanted to be more sculpted, and on top of just being more toned and sculpted, it wasn't all just about how I was looking. I actually wanted to be more healthier. I wanted to feel more healthier. I wanted to go up the steps and not be so out of breath all the time. I'm just a lazy twit, okay? So I started working with her, and she put me on a meal prep plan and everything like that. I love my salmon with glaze. She was like, no more glaze. All the stuff that I like, she cut out. So we were working together for about a month. I really wanted to, I always had hip dips my whole life. So hip dips are like that groove in your hips where, like, you could be as wide, like I'm wide. You guys have seen me, I'm dumb wide, okay? But I always had like that groove in my hips where my hips went in. But I didn't like them anymore. I looked up a lot of research on how to improve the appearance of my hip dips. And I really was like, you know, I really want to get these hip dips. I didn't want to go in anymore. I wanted to come out round. So we're working. It's about a month that we are in it, and you know, I'm staying faithful to it. I feel like a personal trainer I needed a personal trainer because personal trainers really optimize the performance of the workout. So pretty much like your personal trainer allows you to see results much faster than if you went to the gym by yourself. I need somebody watching over me and telling me what I'm doing wrong. You know, when you're by yourself, you don't really push yourself. At least that's the case for me. And she was that for me, so I like absolutely needed her. So it's towards the end of May 2019, and I don't know, like I measured myself and I thought I was tripping, but my waist was still like a 29 inches, and I was just like, I didn't lose any freaking weight. So I'm like, Laquila, can you measure me? And she was like, no, you're not gonna really see much results until like 4 or 5 months. You know, you have to be patient, you have to be consistent and stay disciplined. And she's absolutely right. I mean, just being honest, if we're being 100% honest, it takes months to start seeing results from the gym. You know, you cannot go to the gym and expect to have, you know, a nice body the next month. It just does not work like that. But for me, I was over it at that point. It was the end of May, and I had a trip coming up in Atlanta. Me and my friend Kima had went to Atlanta in June 2019. And I'm gonna post a picture of how my body was looking around that time. I had blue hair, my hip dips. I just did not like how my body was looking anymore. I'm just being honest. Like some people, you know, most people actually were just, you know, so happy with my body, and I didn't care because I didn't like my body, and that was enough for me to change it. I started to look into cosmetic surgery mainly because after working out, you know, like I said, I'm lazy. You know, if I do 100 sit-ups, I want to get up and my stomach is flat. If I do 100 squats, I want to get up and my ass is fat. And that's just kind of how I was, but I'm just like, fuck this. I'm not about to keep putting in all this work. I wanted my doctor to sculpt my body exactly how I wanted to be sculpted, and then I wanted to work out to maintain my body afterwards. So that's when I started to look into cosmetic surgery. Now, by the time I had worked out, I was eating right, I didn't see results fast enough. So, boom, cosmetic surgery. I had a lot of cellulite in my stomach. I was not feeling my stomach at all. My hip discs were bothering me. And on top of that, I wanted to look how I looked if I angled myself. You know how girls, when they stand up, let me get myself together. You know how girls, when they stand up, they like do that little twist and their butt looks big? So I didn't want to have to do that. I wanted my butt to look big without having to like do too much. I don't know, like you know how girls suck their stomach in? But I didn't want to have to suck my stomach in. I wanted my stomach to be like that for real. Me and my friends started looking up doctors, and around the time there were 3 girls who I know personally had cosmetic surgery. 3 of them that I reached out to, one of them who had a surgery upcoming that year. So the first girl, I was getting my hair done, and I was getting my hair done in Sweet, and she was talking to the other lady who was doing her hair, doing another client's hair. And the other client, while she was talking about it, she was like, my surgery is November 2019, this year, I can't wait, and just talking about it. And the other client was like, oh my God, I've been looking into getting cosmetic surgery. Who did you go to and everything like that? And she was like, honestly, I don't feel comfortable telling people who my doctor is because if something happens, that's a liability on my end. You know, I just don't feel comfortable. If I do end up telling my doctor, I'm going to tell him on my YouTube. So I don't know, I wasn't thinking too much about it. Everybody has their reasons. So I just kind of, if that was her logic and that was her justification for not telling people her doctor, whatever, I didn't think too much of it. There were 2 other girls that I asked via Instagram and Facebook. One of them, why am I so out of breath, Lord? One of them I was working with, I had reached out to her on Instagram, and I was just like, hey you guys, I'm like, hey, I'm Ashlyn. I absolutely love your body. Can you tell me who your doctor is, or where did you go to get your surgery? She left me on read, but she's cool as hell. I don't know what that was all about. She just didn't want to tell me who her doctor was. I don't know. So I just kind of left it alone. The third girl, I sent her the same exact message, and she didn't leave me on read, but she never responded. So once I got to that point to where nobody was telling me that doctor, I was so adamant that once I found my doctor, I'm not telling nobody who my doctor is. I don't give a shit, okay? I do not care. When I find my doctor, when I do my research, I'm not telling nobody who my doctor is. And my friend Kima was like, you better charge them. If you do tell them, you need to charge them. So that's where I do. Exactly, that's what I was gonna do. So we started doing research. I was on everything, okay? I was on Yelp. I was on realself.com. I was was on Google, I was on Facebook, I was on TrustLink, I was on everything researching doctors. I found my doctor on Yelp.com. I don't remember exactly what I put, but I remember putting in Miami, Florida, cosmetic surgeons, and it was a whole list of doctors that came up. I literally just started doing what the hell do you call it? Whatever, a process of elimination. Ha! There you go. Process of elimination. I was on Instagram looking at their pictures, and I'm gonna do a separate video on the top 10 things to look for when you're looking for a surgeon. But y'all, I was doing so much research. It's cosmetic surgery, okay? When you're getting cosmetic surgery, you're literally putting your life in the hands of somebody else. Some people don't wake up from surgery. Some people have major complications after surgery. So I was not playing no games. Like, I didn't care. Like, I was on everything doing research, and I didn't schedule my consultation until December 2019, right? So we're talking about June 2019 when I decided that I was gonna get cosmetic surgery up until November 2019, okay? That's like 5 or 6 months that I was doing research. So some of the top things that I was looking for, I was making sure that my doctor was board certified, American board certified in cosmetic surgery, because what you guys probably do not know is that any doctor can perform surgery. If you have a medical degree, you can perform surgery. Dentists can perform surgery, and it's so unsafe because even though they have a medical degree, they don't have the actual board certification to do cosmetic surgery, and a lot of people don't know that. It's dentists that are performing surgery because they know that plastic surgery corn is lovely. So I wanted to make sure, I don't care if you're a doctor, I want to make sure that you have a board certification in plastic surgery. I wanted to make sure that my doctor didn't have any deaths, okay? Now the deaths don't always fall on the doctor. Sometimes, a lot of times patients lie about their medical history because women, you know how women are about their beauty. They want to look good so bad that they lie. I would never do that, and I would never recommend that ever. But you know, sometimes women lie. I wanted to make sure my doctor didn't have any deaths at all. It was a couple of other things I'm gonna look for, so just make sure you check out for that video for the top 10 things to look for when looking for a cosmetic surgery, because I got y'all, okay? But I was looking up so many different stuff. I was on Yelp, and I found 3 top providers in Miami, Florida. So one was in Fort Lauderdale, one was in Fort Lauderdale, and I think the third one was closer to South Beach, around that area. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't remember, but they were all in Miami, Florida. So all 3 of my top providers, and these top providers that I was on, the page that I was going on, all 3 of them did not have a like, when I went on their Instagram, all of them only had like 1,200 followers. I'm like, no, I'm not kidding, like 1,200, 1,700, maybe 2,000, maybe 3,000, but they weren't one of those really popping Instagram doctors. And what I've also learned is that you can't really trust those popping Instagram doctors. You know, you don't look at a cosmetic surgeon on Instagram and think, oh, they only have 1,200 followers, so they must not be good, because that's not the case at all. You know, don't always follow the hype, okay? Find good quality. It doesn't matter if a doctor has 1 million followers. That doesn't mean that they're good quality. They probably only do good on the influencers, and then when they get to a regular person, they be messing them up, for real. I be seeing all that kind of stuff. So my doctor, my top choice, only had, at the time, his page got deleted, but at the time he only had 800 followers. I'm not lying. 800 followers, but I was going through his page and I absolutely loved his work. Like, oh my God, I loved his work. All the 2 doctors, I loved their work, but there was one in particular that I really loved. As time is going on, it's August 2019, it's my birthday, it's my 23rd birthday, and I had a blast. I really loved my outfit, but I really wish that I had got surgery much sooner. I was like so anxious to get surgery, but I wanted to get it over the winter time, so by next summer I would be snatched and dipped in gold and looking good, looking all good and shit, So that's how I was with it. It's September, it's October. I'm telling my friends slowly, and all of them are just kind of like, Ashlyn, I don't think there's anything wrong with your body, but I know you're gonna do whatever you want anyway. In the exact words of Alexis Moore, I know your body, I know you're gonna do whatever the hell you want anyway. I support you or whatever you're doing. I just pray that you are safe. All my friends were really supportive of it. There were a lot of people who were angry about it, and I didn't give a rat's ass, because at the end of the day, that's what I wanted. And everybody that knows me knows if I want to get something done, I'm gonna get it done. So I didn't care. So it's like So around the time, it's probably November 2019, and I call all 3 providers. I'm scheduling my appointment to go to Miami next month. I call all 3 of the providers, get my consultation set up, and I had my consultation set up. I was in Miami from December 15th through the 17th, and I end up missing my flight with my friend Kima, so we end up staying till the 18th, I believe. I'll check those dates, but it really doesn't matter because I went in December, so that's all y'all need to know. So I went in December. It's the next month. My friend Kima goes down there with me to my consultation, and I was so happy. Like, I literally was so ecstatic. Was I nervous? Hell yeah, but I was more excited than anything. So I probably was like 20% nervous and 80% excited. Like, it literally was like that. Like, I knew that there was risk that came with it. I'm just more so of a person, like, whatever happens, happens. I know God had his arms wrapped around me. I felt safe. I felt secure. I felt like everything was going to come out great, and by the grace of God, it did. So we fly out to Miami. We ended up getting a rental, and we went to my first, so my top choice was the first doctor that I went to. We went to the location, and as soon as we got there, everything was really nice and neat. As soon as I got there, the receptionist handed me like a whole stack of paper, y'all. Like, that paper was probably like this thick. I'm not lying. And one of the things that I had seen about this particular location that was my top choice, like, some people, you know, because when you read the reviews, I like to see the good reviews, but I also like to see the bad reviews. I want to see what people don't like, or what you know, I want to see the good, bad, and the ugly. Okay, so when I was going through the reviews and stuff, the bad reviews, like, a couple of people were saying that, like, the receptionist was like pushing for them to put their social security number and to put like a credit card on file and everything like that. And I didn't understand that for the life of me, because, like, if I'm going to a consultation, why do I need to put my credit card information? Why do I need to put my social security number and everything like that? But when I went, the receptionist didn't ask for none of that information. So just make sure you go to the consultations to actually see for yourself. You know, I went there, they never asked me for a social security number, credit card, none of that. I looked through that paperwork. My friend Kim was like, bitch, you better read that whole thing. And we literally sat there and we read that whole thing. She was reading it with me. She was like, you need to take pictures, because, you know, this is very serious. It was just paperwork about my family history, what type of medical history I have, and my health, making sure that I'm healthy. Just basically telling me everything that I'm getting myself into, how you can pay for surgery, and the payment options and everything like that. And you know, that's how we went about it. It took me about 35 minutes to read that thing. I'm not lying. Like, I'm not dumb or anything. I literally had to take my time to read it. So it took about 35 to 45 minutes to read it. I signed all my paperwork and I gave it back to her. And another thing that you need to know if you're going to surgery, to get cosmetic surgery in Miami, 90% of the people, cosmetic surgeons down there speak Spanish. So they speak Spanish, and like, English is their second language. So just be mindful of that. I was still able to understand them, but it was just kind of hard to understand them because they had that dialect. But I was able to understand them. Just keep in mind, if you can bring somebody who knows Spanish, that'd be even better, because that's their first language. That's how they talk. So I get the receptionist back the paperwork and everything, and it took about 10-15 minutes for her to be like, hey, Ashlyn and friend, come back, you know, I'm gonna meet the doctor. So we went back there, and there's a paper mache garment that was back there. She told me to take off all my clothes and put on the paper mache garment. So I put it on, and we were waiting for the doctor. I think it took the doctor about 10 minutes to get in there. And Lord and behold, y'all, okay, so there were 2 doctors at this particular facility that had highest rankings, okay, 2 doctors. And it just so happened that my top choice, there were 2 doctors, but there was one that I preferred over. The one that I said earlier that only had 800 followers and his page got deleted, that was the one that I wanted, really. So y'all, by the grace of God, they didn't ask me what doctor I wanted or nothing. I was gonna request him or the other doctor. He walked in, okay? My doctor that I wanted walked in, and y'all, I swear to God, y'all can ask my friend. I literally almost teared up. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, Doctor, hi. I was so happy, y'all. I was so ecstatic, because I was just like, oh my God, this is God right here. He knew exactly what doctor I needed to get the body that I wanted. So he walked in, and y'all, he was amazing. He looked at me, the lady, the coordinators, like, they have to stand at the door while the doctor is in there. and she was just like looking at my body. He was like, okay, let me look at your body and everything like that. And as soon as I took off my garment, he was like, oh yeah, you have a nice shape. He was like, you already have a nice foundation. I'm gonna take fat from right here, I'm gonna take fat from right here, I'm gonna take fat from right here. He's literally just grabbing the fat and he's like, I'm gonna put it right here and right here. He's just telling me how he's gonna distribute it. So I'm asking all these questions about, you know, aftercare and everything. He's telling me that I can't sit for 2 weeks. And I work from home, so that wasn't a problem. I did not work. I didn't have any clients for about 2 weeks after my surgery. I had probably like 1 or 2, like my regulars, but I sat on the BBL pillow, which is what he told me about. He's like, if you're gonna sit down, you need to sit on the BBL pillow, because after surgery, people, a lot of, they stuff your butt really big. So after surgery, your butt's gonna be huge pretty much. And all those fat cells aren't gonna survive. So only about 50 to 60% of fat cells survive, depending on your aftercare. So he was pretty much breaking all that down to me, and he was really answering all my questions. He was breaking down the whole process, and he was just amazing, y'all. Like, literally when I got in there, you know how you get somewhere or you know something, or you meet someone and you just kind of know that that's it. Like when I met him and everything, I knew that that was my doctor. I knew that that was going to be the facility that I had my surgery. So I didn't even bother going to my other consultations. Do I recommend everybody do that? No. You might want to have a different, want to have different flavors. But when I got to the facility, I knew that that was my facility. I knew that I was going to get my body done there. I knew that that was going to be my doctor. I swear to God. So after I gave him another hug and he told me how everything was gonna work, they told me that they were running a promotion special at the time, but I didn't want to put the money down right then and there because I thought that I was gonna go to the other consultations. I just kind of wanted to wait it out a little bit. Most people on average, when they go to a consultation, they don't get surgery for about another 2 years on average. But y'all, literally, I moved into my new place. I moved into a loft in St. Charles. I moved January 3rd, okay? I called them January 11th because they was having a promotion special, but you had to pay in full. The promotion special was $5,000 for fat transfer BBL. I called them January 11th. My patient coordinator name was Sania. I went outside, I grabbed my credit card, I grabbed my ID because I was in St. Louis again at this time. I was calling down to Miami, and I called them and I was just like, hey, I'm ready to book my surgery. She was like, okay, well, if you're gonna book this promo price, you have to pay it in full. And I paid it in full, you know? Cha-ching, cha-ching, money. Okay, I just like, anyway, so I paid it in full. I paid the $5,000 for the surgery, and it was official. I text all my friends, I'm like, my surgery is booked. My surgery is paid for, you guys. Oh my God. They're like, oh my God, you're really about to do this. Like, you're crazy. I feel like if you have the balls to get surgery, you're batshit crazy. There's no if, answer, but about that. You're crazy. And you know, it's okay, but you're crazy. You're a nut. And that's how I feel about myself. I feel like I'm crazy and I feel like I'm a nut, you know? And that's okay. So I booked my surgery January 11th and the countdown really began. So I booked my surgery for February 25th, okay? Mind you, people usually book their surgeries months in advance. I did not care. I wanted to get my surgery done. I wanted to get my surgery done ASAP, okay? Because February, I feel like, okay, February, it's still gonna be cold outside. March is still gonna be cold. April, you know, and plus March, I'm gonna be healing, you know. March, the whole month of March, I'm gonna be healing. You know, after surgery, the healing process is like, you really don't see what your body really looks like until 6 months, and the recovery process is hell, y'all. So I just knew that wearing all those garments and stuff, you gotta wear a backboard, an ab board, all that stuff. I wanted to be in layers. I wanted my body to be in layers. I didn't want it to be summertime. So I booked my surgery for February 25th. I remember being on the phone. She was like, what day do you want to have your surgery? And I'm like, February 25th. And it's so crazy how I manifested it like that, because I literally wrote on my vision board, get cosmetic surgery March 2020. And I ended up getting it like a couple days before March. So it's crazy like how everything worked out, how it did. I booked it for February 25th. They sent me over a pre-op paperwork saying that I have to get my blood done in the next 30 days. What things to stop taking, like it said stop taking any vitamin E, any tobacco, all that stuff. It didn't say anything about marijuana. I was still smoking marijuana. Do I recommend everybody do that? I'm only speaking from my personal experience. I don't recommend everybody does it, but me personally, I smoke marijuana, so I did not stop smoking marijuana up until the surgery. I was probably smoking like 2 or 3 days before the surgery. but everybody's different. So just talk to your doctor and make sure how they feel about that. I called my nurse and she said she was like, Ashlyn, a majority of my patients smoke marijuana. It's the tobacco that we're worried about. So I stopped smoking tobacco altogether. I stopped smoking tobacco probably 2 weeks before the surgery. I wasn't smoking any Dutches or backwoods or anything like that. I was smoking hemp wraps and paper and stuff like that. So it's surgery. I'm taking these what they're called, they're like these packets, these vitamin C packets. I'm drinking those every day to really boost my immune system. What else am I taking? And I'm gonna do a separate video on everything that I brought to Miami with me. So just stay tuned for that video so you guys can see everything. But I'm just pretty much preparing for the surgery. I'm preparing for the aftercare costs. I spent about $3,000 in aftercare costs. So altogether I paid about $8,000 for my surgery. The lymphatic drainage massages were $560. My garments all together, you have to get a compression 1, a compression 2 garment, the BBL pillow, all that together was about $500. You know, so I'm gonna do a video on that too, breaking down the cost and everything like that. I don't want to just get too much into detail, but y'all know I'm gonna do a separate video on that. So all together it came around $3,000. So I'm just literally just getting all my money together for the surgery. You can't go anywhere and get cosmetic surgery and not have that extra money for the aftercare. It's like, how are you gonna pay all this money to get surgery, but you're not gonna pay for the aftercare? You don't have the money to pay for the massages. You have to get the massages after surgery, because after you get surgery, you have like the doctor, when they're injecting all that fat in you, there's fluid that goes with it to make it easier. You have to have that, you have to get that fluid out of you. So that's what the lymphatic drainage massages are and everything like that. So if you don't have the money, the extra money to get all the aftercare, then just wait till you do, because you know it's gonna literally be a waste. You're gonna waste your investment. You're literally gonna pay all that money for surgery and not have the aftercare costs. It won't make any type of sense. So don't do it, okay? Don't do it. Make sure you have your money. So I was just preparing for my surgery. My friends are coming over. They're like, oh my God, we're watching BBL videos every day. I'm telling y'all, up until my surgery, I was watching BBL videos from sun up to sundown, just smoking my Mary Jane, and I'm rolling up my papers, and I'm rolling up my hemp wraps, and I'm just watching BBL videos, and I'm getting my bag ready. So I like had a whole, man, I had so many different vitamins in my stuff. I had some vitamin C, I had some arnica, muscle gel. I had a lot of different stuff. So just make sure y'all watch out for that video. If you're interested in cosmetic surgery, you need to know all the stuff to bring, okay? It's leading up to, it's like the second week before my surgery. Yeah, we're in the 2 weeks. And every day I'm just, you know, I'm praying, I'm watching videos. I'm just keeping myself afloat, okay? I was going to Miami by myself. I made the decision to go to Miami by myself. Most of my friends have full-time jobs, so they can't just take off like I can. And on top of that, I didn't want them to use their vacation PTO time on me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like, you know, use your PTO time on something else. And plus, my friend had already came down to Miami to go to the consultation with me in the first place. So I feel like that was enough. I stayed in a recovery home. I booked a recovery home. It was luxurious. RH, I believe. I will tag their name at the bottom so you guys can check them out. But I stayed in a recovery home. That alone for 1 week was $900, okay? If you do go to Miami, I do suggest that you take somebody. You guys can literally just stay in the Airbnb. You could just bring a friend with you. Bring somebody with you that loves you and really cares about you. Because I've seen like videos of like people going, you know, getting surgery with their friends, and their friends are all on their phone, not really paying attention to them. After you have surgery, you need, like, you can't shower by yourself. You can't put on the garments by yourself. You're in so much pain. That's why I stayed in a recovery home, because I was by myself. But I put down another deposit for the recovery home, and I decided to go by myself because, like I said, I work from home, so I can take off 2 weeks from work. My doctor required that I stay in town for at least 10 days. All out-of-town patients need to stay in town for at least 10 days. I absolutely was freaking miserable, y'all. Like, oh my God, I was so miserable while I was down there. But I'm literally skipping. First of all, I'm literally skipping. So we're going up to February 24th when my flight leaves. My friend Aaliyah comes gets me from the air. She comes gets me from my house at it was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and she drops me off at the airport. My flight was at 5 o'clock, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is the last time I'm seeing you with this ass," and I'm just like, "Oh." She was like, you're gonna look so good. Like all of my friends were really supportive. They were like, you're gonna look so good, I swear. I'm just like, she was like, give me a hug, and I just gave her my kisses. She sent me her blessings, and I got on the flight to Miami, okay? So I'm gonna insert some clips right here so you guys see how my views were looking and everything like that. So yeah, so I had got to Miami, and I had to be at the doctor. You're required to meet with your doctor 24 hours before surgery. So I got to the facility and they measured me, they did my pictures, and everything like that. I purchased my post-op garments. That's where I paid the $500 for the compression 1, 2, BBL, all that good stuff. So I'm just gonna make sure I put those links down at the bottom so you can see where I got my stuff. And I purchased all my equipment and everything like that. I got back to the recovery house and I got prepared for surgery. I didn't do much that day. Yeah, I didn't do much that day at all. I got to the recovery house and everything was really nice and neat. I had my own bed. There was a caretaker. She fed us. I had my last meal around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And after midnight, you cannot eat or drink or anything. So I ate my food. All my friends are texting me like, you're gonna be okay and everything like that, okay? It's February 25th, the day that I get surgery. So I woke up around, what time did I wake up? I woke up, my surgery, I was the first surgery of the day. Now, does that make any difference in like anything? I don't know, but I was happy. I was very happy that I was the first surgery of the day. I seen some people gonna have midday, or them being the last surgery of the day. I don't know. I was just happy that I was the first one for the day. So I don't know why. Maybe the doctors get tired. I don't know. I was just happy that I was the first one. Excuse me. And I woke up around 3 o'clock. I took a shower because you can't take a shower for 24 hours after the surgery. So I took a shower. I really cleansed my body with Hybrid Cleanse. It's like a skin disinfectant, antiseptic cleanser. I made sure that my body, like, I really cleansed in this area in my back where they were going to remove the fat from in my butt and everything like that. And whew, I was listening to a lot of gospel, okay? I'm not a religious person at all, but I do love gospel. I do believe that there's a higher power. I do believe there's somebody bigger than us. So that's what I was praying to. And so I was listening to a lot of gospel. I was really positive. I was kind of shaky a little bit. But my friends, like, everybody was just texting me. My sister was just like, you know, you're gonna be fine. We're praying for you. Everybody was just sending me a lot of positive vibes. And I was just so shocked that everybody was up. It was like 3 o'clock. They're like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna look good. So I'm just like, oh my God, Lord, please wrap your arms around me. I'm just praying. So I get to the surgery center. It's super early. It's dumb early. My surgery was scheduled for 8:30, but they required me to be there at 7:30. I was there by like 6:50. I get at the surgery center, and it's me and one other girl and her grandma. So her grandma was with her, and I thought it was so cute because she was like, bye, grandma. Her grandma was just like, bye, baby. I'm praying for you. And I'm just like, oh, I wish somebody was here with me, but it's okay. You know, I'm a big girl. So I was next, like the lady, her surgery was at 7:30. So I think she went before me, and they called me back around like 7 o'clock. 10 minutes after I got there, they had me sign some forms. They gave me my post-op garments and stuff like that. They gave me a little bag with all my post-op garments and everything like that. And I went back to the back where I was getting surgery. They made me do a pregnancy test and a drug test to make sure that I didn't have any tobacco in my body, in my system, and that I was not pregnant, of course. The nursing staff was amazing. Like, the nursing staff was so phenomenal. Like, those women really care about, I've heard some crazy, horrible stories, y'all. So the fact that I had such an amazing service, like, I was back there, she was like, you can stay on your phone. She was looking at me the whole time. She was like, girl, your body already nice. She was like, he gonna get you together. He gonna make sure you good. And I'm just like, oh, I'm just so excited. My friend like, oh my gosh, she's like, can you call me? I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna call you. I'm already nervous as shit. I'm not calling nobody. I'm not calling nobody. She was like, call me as soon as you're done. Okay, call me as soon as you're done. So I'm getting ready, and then around 8:34, my doctor came back. And I seen him, and I was so happy. He was like, what's up, girl? He's an older man. He's probably like in his late 60s. He's definitely older, but he was so full of energy. He's like, what's up, girl? He was like, you ready? I'm just like, yes, I'm so ready. I'm so anesthesiologist came back. His name was Chris. And he was like, girl, he was like, you look good. He was kind of, if you know what I mean, you know, kind of, you know, but he was like, girl, you look good. He was like, I'm gonna take care of you and everything like that. He asked me about my weed smoking, and he was just like, he's like, I'm not a police. So I'm just like, I promise I won't smoke after my surgery. He's like, I don't care about you smoking like that. I'm just letting you know that if you do continue to smoke after your surgery, it kind of just decreases the blood flow in your body, and it might take longer to heal and everything like that. And I'm just like, okay, you know, I was planning on not smoking after surgery, even though I was. I'll get to that. Shame on me, right? I'm such a crackhead. But he was just telling me, like, you know, it's gonna decrease my blood flow and, you know, everything like that. And I'm just like, okay. So 8:30, it's like 8:40 comes around, and I turn off my phone. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. They put me in paper mache garments. Right before surgery, they wheel me back. They wheel me back to the surgery room. The surgery room, it was like, I'm not gonna lie, the surgery room looked kind of creepy. I don't know why it looked creepy, but it looked kind of creepy to me. And they closed the door, and I'm just thinking, like, Ashlyn, wow, like, I'm literally here. I'm literally in this moment right now. I don't remember much from my anesthesia, I just remember the anesthesiologist saying, Ashlyn, you're about to go to sleep. Now, I always thought that, I don't know, for some reason I thought that I was gonna start seeing black. I thought I was gonna just start seeing black and then falling asleep. No, I literally don't remember nothing. After he said that, I was up for like a couple seconds and I was out. I don't even remember closing my eyes. I don't remember nothing. I just remember waking up, okay? Surgery lasted about 2.5 hours for me. I woke up. I remember waking up because I remember peeing in the urinal. They had a urinal attached to me, and I remember peeing in the urinal as soon as I woke up. And I remember crying a little bit because I was just happy that I was alive. I'm just like, I don't know, I remember being freezing cold. I was so cold, I was shaking. I think that also was the reason I was crying. And I just remember my doctor saying, girl, you okay? He was so cool. He was like, girl, you okay? You okay? I'm just like, I was crying. I was crying, I was shaking. And then it hit me, the pain hit me. The pain hit me as soon as they took me out that surgery room, and they pushed me into the recovery room. The recovery room is where you wait for your caretaker to pick you up. By law, they cannot release you to no Uber. They can't release you to Lyft. Somebody has to pick you up. Somebody, a loved one, a caretaker, anything. So your ass is gonna sit back there if you don't have somebody to pick you up. So I literally was just laying there, and I remember calling Kima first, and I just bust out crying, and she was like, Fran, you okay? She was like, oh my God, you did it, can I see it? I'm just like, no. I was a big baby, y'all. Then I called my sister Carly. Y'all should have seen us. That shit was so funny. Me and her bust out crying. Carly was like, you should have took me with you. You should have took me with you. And I was just like, we were just crying, y'all. We looked ugly as fuck, okay? The lady, the nurse was like, oh baby, you'll be okay. Yeah, they put me back to sleep. I was clowning, just like that. They put me back to sleep. Next thing I know, I'm in the freaking van, okay? I'm in the van going back to the recovery house, and I was in so much pain. Everybody was calling my phone. I was like, thank you, Jesus. I made a post. I'm like, y'all, God woke me up from surgery. That's how I felt. Like, God woke me up. So everybody don't wake up from surgery. God woke me up. So I made a post. I was able to make a post, and everybody was calling me. They was like, oh my God, can I see? Everybody wants to see results immediately. I'm just like, bro, I just got surgery. Like, what the fuck you mean? So everybody's calling me, and y'all, I'm in so much pain. Like, I'm talking about this, and I was just telling my friend earlier, I don't plan on getting any type of more work done, because I don't think I want to do that again. The pain was just unbearable at the moment. I'm not gonna lie. They would not give me any Percocets. Well, it wasn't that they wouldn't give me any Percocets. My recovery house, the workers at the recovery house had to pick them up for me. So I get to the recovery house, and I'm bitching. Like, I'm not lying. I'm just like, can I get my pills? Like, I'm in pain. Like, and then on top of that, my caretaker told me that I can take my Percocet when it gets here, but I can't take my melatonin, because I had bought a big old jug of melatonin. I was watching a lot of BBL videos, and like the ladies were saying that they took melatonin to help them sleep. You know, part of healing properly is getting good sleep. And after surgery, you're in so much pain, most people don't sleep through the night. I don't want to be all cranky and stuff, so I said I was gonna take some melatonin. And my caretaker was like, no, they're both too sedative pills, whatever, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Sedative pills and everything like that. You don't need to take both at once. But I got home around like 12 o'clock. I didn't give a rat's ass. She gave me the Percocet. I had my melatonin right next to me. Do I suggest that everybody do that? No. I did that because it's no good if I'm just laying there in pain. I want to go to hell to sleep. So I took the melatonin and I was out. I was out for probably like 5-6 hours. I was slumped, okay? I was slumped. I got up. I was so woozy. I didn't have no energy. I was going through it. I'm not gonna lie. I was crying. I was miserable. I mean, I just remember constantly asking myself, like, what the hell made me do this? Like, what the hell made me want to do this out of all things? Like, I just thought it was terrible. It was like the most awful thing at that moment. And the recovery house, they gave me some soup, they gave me some pineapple juice, some Pedialyte, and it all helped. Once I got food in my system and I started to drink fluids, it really did help. I was just so woozy. Like, I would get up to go to the bathroom and my caretaker had to hold me because I was just so woozy. I'm just like, bruh, I'm not getting no more surgery after this. Like, this is hell. Like, this is terrible. Like, this is the most awful thing ever. Like, that's really how I was thinking. I'm not even a crybaby in real life. I was crying the whole time. I'm not lying. I was crying. I was like, oh, I'm in so much pain. I'm so sad. Like, I was crying. And my caretaker, I was just like, don't get surgery. She was like, trust me, I don't want no surgery. I see y'all all the time. She's like, look, she's like, I'm fine with my little skinny butt. I'm like, yes, cool. Yes, I know that's right. Because I was over it. I'm like, don't get surgery, okay? She was like, look, I deal with y'all all day long. I do not want surgery. I see what y'all go through. So the next day come around, and y'all, the next day was 10 times worse. I don't know why the second day hurt so bad, but I was going through it. I took my Percocet pills. First of all, I hate those damn things. I don't see how people just take them just to be taking them. I was itching. I was just constantly scratching. I was just so annoyed. So just imagine bleeding. First of all, I'm bleeding all over the place. I'm itching. I was just going through it. Like, y'all can tell I was just going through it. And I'm gonna insert clips so you guys can see like the blood and everything like that, because I know y'all want to see that nasty stuff. But yeah, I was not happy. I was not a happy camper. The next day I had to go do my post-op massage. It was my first one, and I was in pain. I was crying. Yeah, I was crying because after surgery, just imagine just getting work done. You're all bruised up, and I'm gonna insert a picture of how my body was looking. But I was so bruised up after my surgery. Like, I had like bruises and everything. It wasn't as bad as like the other girls. Like, I wasn't even bleeding as bad as the other girls. There was one girl who was bleeding all over the floor down in the hotel lobby, which was disgusting. Not the hotel lobby, the condo. The recovery house was in the condo. And then we was all the way on the 19th floor. We was high up on South Beach. So I was bruised. I wasn't bruised as bad as other people, but I was bruised up pretty bad, and they're literally rubbing where the doctor had surgery. So I was crying. I was trying to hold it in. I wish I had somebody with me at the time to like kind of like just be there and everything like that, but I wanted to go by myself, and that's just what came with that I was going to be by myself. So I was just crying. I guess I'm happy that I got to have those vulnerable moments by myself, and like nobody really seen me like that, because I was miserable. She massaged me and I'm just crying my eyes out. I'm just like, oh my God, like this is terrible. It's awful. I got home, back to the recovery home, and they feed us 3 meals a day. So what comes with the recovery home, you get 3 meals a day, unlimited snacks. It will have beautiful view, a nice bed. They change my sheets every day. They offer like robes and just basic supplies and stuff like that. It was really nice, honestly. They had a lot of bandages and stuff like that. So post-op garment supplies and stuff like that, tape, all of that. So it's about, the days are going on and I'm feeling better. By the 3rd day, I feel like myself again. I started to walk around. I realized that when I laid down for a long time, I was in pain. I had to get up and I had to move around, but I couldn't go nowhere without my caretaker. The beach was literally right there, and I'm like, can we go to the beach? And she was like, if you go to the beach, all of us will have to go to the beach, and everybody doesn't want to go to the beach. So I'm just like, oh, like, damn, I can't. I wanted to go to the pool. She was like, if you go to the pool, I have to go with you, and I don't feel like going right now. So I'm just like, what the hell are you good for? Like, she was really annoying me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she was annoying me. she was really annoying me because I'm just like, dang, like I want to walk around, but it was a really nice balcony, so I just literally paced back and forth talking to everybody. Everybody was calling me. This is around the time I started answering calls, because like day 2, day 1, I was not messing with nobody. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I was like, I'm cool, like I'm good. I don't wanna talk to nobody, right? So that's just kind of how I was feeling. But by day 3, I was up and walking. I was walking, I was in my garment, I was in pain, of course. One thing I really had to learn too is that once you, even when you feel like, cause I didn't like taking the Percocet pills at all. But once it starts wearing off, you need to take another one. You need to take another one, because once that pain hits, it's like it don't come as a progression. It comes at once. Like it just hits you at once. And it's the worst pain ever. Your whole body is aching. My butt was swollen. Like it was hard. Like it was rock hard, okay? But my butt did not hurt. Like my butt did not hurt. What hurted was where I had liposuction. So my whole stomach area, my back was in pain, okay? Like all of this was in pain. My butt did not hurt though, and I was going through it. Like by the 3rd day though, I was good. 4th day, I was good. I was walking around and everything like that. I didn't really do much. Like in between, like day 3, day 4, day 5 is when I was going to my post-op. 3 consecutive days, I got my post-op massage. I paid for a package of 6. So I got 3 the first week and 3 the second week. So I'm getting my massages, I'm talking to everybody, and everybody's like, can I see a picture, can I see a picture? And at first I wasn't gonna show anybody, but then I ended up taking some pictures. I'm just like, ooh, and I'm gonna post the pictures up here so you guys can see how my body was looking. I was really snatched, okay? One thing I really miss about surgery is that I had that swollen look. I had that swollen, like I looked swollen. Like now it like the swelling went down, and I noticed like a lot of girls saying that they miss that swollen look, because like after you get surgery, your post-op body, as soon as you jump off that table, it's fire, y'all. Like for real, my body was so swollen. My butt was heavy, and I love my body now. I loved my body then too, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like coming from surgery, my body looked good. We're in the 2nd week. So we're in the 2nd week, mind you. I told you how my doctor needed me to stay in Miami for at least 10 days. I got there February 24th, and I left March 6th, I believe. Yeah, March 6th. So I left March 6th, and my life goes on after I come from surgery. I literally come home, and I'm so happy to see my friends. I had to make a lot of adjustments. I had to wear my post-op garment. I was sitting on my BBL pillow, so they don't want you to drive for at least 2 weeks after surgery. I didn't even rat's ass, because I work from home, so I sell supplies. I have to drop off supplies to people. I have to make my money. My money is my phone and my car, so I can't just sit at home and not make money. So I grabbed my BBL pillow, which is the most uncomfortable thing ever, y'all. Like let me tell y'all, I missed this part. So coming back from surgery, I literally was on I went through the airport, and I had my ab board on. So I have on my backboard, my ab board, and my compression. I have on all my garments. And I went through TSA. Y'all, it's literally like, they're literally making such a big deal. They were like tapping this, and they was just like, hey, you know, we have to run you through again. So I went through it again, and they were like, you know, something's not clearing out. You have to be cleared to go through or whatever. So I'm just like, what? So I'm just like, whatever. Mind you, I'm always late. Everybody knows one thing about me. I'm gonna be late, but I'm gonna be there. So my flight left at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, it's about 5 o'clock. It's about 5:30 when I'm going through TSA, right? And no, my flight was like 6:37, and I was going through, I don't know, it was around that time, but just know I was running late for my flight. So the security was just like, okay, we need you to step to the back because you're not clearing through TSA. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, we're in Miami, like girls wear ab boards all the time. Like, why is this such a big deal? They were not clearing me. So I'm constantly saying like, hey, you know, my flight leaves in about 30 minutes, you know, I need to get to my flight. And she's basically just like, that has nothing to do with me, you know, that has nothing to do with me. You getting on that flight doesn't have anything to do with me, basically. Like, she just kept saying that we need to make sure that you get cleared right here, you know what I'm saying, before you even get on the flight. So they had me take off my clothes and everything. I'm just like, I don't have nothing on me but this bomb ass, you know. I have nothing on me but that thing, you know. And I'm just like, bruh. So I was in TSA for like 20-25 minutes, 25-30 minutes unnecessary time, and I literally ran to my boarding, because by the time I got there they were boarding and everything like that. But yeah, I had to throw that in there. That really threw me off. I guess if you get surgery, don't wear your ab board, because they were really tripping. I'm just like, bro, this is, I have to wear this. Like, what do you mean? Bitches get surgery all the time and y'all making a big deal about me getting an ab board. So I just did not understand it. But yeah, I get back home and I'm adjusting to my life. I'm happy with my results. I'm looking in the mirror every day. Everything looks good and I'm just 100% happy. So I'm happy that I was able to get this information out to you guys. I do have more videos coming up. The next video I will be doing is a Q&A. If you have questions about surgery, make sure that you leave them down below. I'll answer your questions in my next video, or I'm going to ask them on Facebook, Instagram. Facebook, Ashlyn Swift. Instagram, I'll leave my social media in the comment section below, or the bio, whatever you want to call it, below. I'm new to this YouTube thing, okay? Okay. And I'm so excited to finally be doing this video. I'm happy that you guys watched. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I cannot wait to be back with all the more videos, okay? See y'all later.